How you doing? This is Zach Allen. We're going to talk a lot about your right arm today and what the role of your right arm is in the downswing. Because I see many different things happening with my students. And something that you see, I've got some videos playing, some pictures of all these great players in golf history, and we see a lot of commonalities in what their right arm is doing as it gets into the hitting area. So the first person that I see that is pretty common is we see the right arm and the hands working out in the downswing, right? In your classic kind of over the top position. Club too high, hands too high, club starting to get outside the hands. They're going to pull slice, or maybe they're going to come up and out at the very bottom to try to save it. But you can see here, this hand path that's much too high, club is out of position. I can fix a lot of this just by lowering my right arm down into a much more shallow position. So all I'm doing here, right, I'm high and out of position, I'm unfolding my right arm down, and I'm back into a great position coming down. All I'm doing here is I'm unfolding my right arm, okay? The second example, and I see this usually out of juniors and players that hit the ball farther, right, is I see the right arm staying too bent again, and I see the body starting to slide and tilt and work its way under. But you can see the same example here. My right arm is way too flexed for too long. Now they're going to throw their hands at it. They're going to hit pushes, blocks, and hooks. So you see two very common things with both of those golfers, right? Two ends of the spectrum, but definitely misuse of the right arm. So a great way that I find to explain how the right arm works, if you look at an archer, right? Somebody that shoots a bow and arrow. They have a little round bag on their back called a quiver that holds all their arrows. So anytime they need an arrow, they pull that arrow out of their quiver in this fashion. You see how I'm just pulling it straight out of that bag. They could not do it like this, okay? So in golf terms, what that would feel and look like, right? If they were pulling it out of their bag the wrong way, you can see how it starts to push my club out and over, right? The right way would be getting that right arm to unfold like this, right? So that's me just working my right arm just vertically downward and letting it unfold, okay? I start to add that with a little bit of body rotation, and you can see we've got some pretty good positions on the downswing. But I'm not bringing the club out to get it down there. I'm not going like this to get it down there. I'm blending the unfolding of my right arm with a little bit of pivot and turn as I get down into the hitting area. So the best way to work on it is grab a short iron, start off with some slow motion swings, get up to the top of your backswing, initiate by using the ground, so I'm still squatting and opening up my hips. Now just start to work it in pieces. Just let your right arm unfold from here, okay? So you can see my left arm is staying straight. All I'm doing is practicing unfolding my right arm, right? It doesn't go like this. It doesn't go like this, right? I'm just unfolding it straight down. So straight down from here. If I was standing straight up and down, it would just be totally vertical. Okay, but I'm bent over, so it looks like it's at a slight angle, but it's totally vertical. I do that a couple times, and I start to put that with a little bit of body turn. So you can see that club really gets onto a nice plane coming down. There's many of you out there that are pulling the handle down, many of you out there that are leaving the club up for too long. Once you start to train that right arm, those issues are going to be eliminated. Okay, so once you've done a few rehearsals like that, I would take it out there slowly, up to the top again, start down, unfold your right arm, put a little bit of turn with it, start to blend those two motions, and then hit some easy shots. Okay, so I've got a couple different student examples that are going to...
So our first student example here is a good single-digit handicapper, and you can see he's got a very good golf swing. He just struggled a little bit with the pitch of the shaft and the downswing, getting a little too steep and out. Okay, so let's go ahead and really take a look at, because obviously it's great to watch a video and we get a good thought and a good idea from the video, but really what does it look like to actually go ahead and work through that in just real life situations where you've actually got to impart that change into your golf swing?
Yeah, it's right. Go smaller, go smaller. You feel the difference of that? Yeah. So like against the wall, right? Go ahead and start to just rotate a little bit.
You feel that external pull on there some?
Yeah.
Wow, it's different, right?
Yeah. Good. Big enough. Stop. Good. Now go ahead and start to rotate, open up hard.
You feel that down there?
Yeah.
As close as you ever wanted, right? But like you said, but we've rotated and we're open to do it.
So go like that.
Good, good. Come down. Stop. Good. Good. Do it again. Keep rotating. Keep opening some. Pull it right there. Yeah. All right. And that's it. And close. It still feels external, right? Good.
Yeah, and external, you mean this sort of in front
Yeah.
of this, right?
Yeah.
Not this
Yeah.
way.
No. Yeah. All external is this.
Yeah.
So you feel a little pull there. This would be internal.
Right. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense.
So here we have about an 11 handicap, and you can see in transition that club wanting to orbit out. So his right arm was staying tense and out as he started down. It really did not want to unfold. That was bringing the hands out towards the ball, shaft too steep. And as he gets into the hitting area, the hands and the club are just too far away from the body. Okay, so we worked through some of the feels of that right arm. This was after about 5 to 10 minutes of that, and I'm having him hit some just small shots, freezing. And go ahead and listen in on what we're talking about. Good, good. Do that again, real slow, and then just chip it out there. So that was not a good shot. He actually kind of topped that ball down the fairway, but the reason why it wasn't good is the positions are so different. As he started to learn how to unfold his right arm, the club was obviously a little below plane there, but it's so different from what he's used to, okay? So as he got into the hitting area, he's actually got his right arm and his hands right on plane, club a little below, so he came in and hit the hosel here. So don't be surprised if you start to work on this, right? As you hit small ones, you're probably going to hit some bad shots just because the positioning of the club and the shaft, everything is a little different than what you're used to. A lot of times people just turn and run from that because of a couple of bad shots. That actually means you're on the right track, okay? And from that point on, he did continue to hit the ball much better and still is.
So I hope you enjoyed those student examples, and I'm sure it's going to help your right arm. One other thing I want to let you know is we've got this growing email list where we send out free emails every week. If you're not on that list already, just click this link and we'll get you on there. You'll be getting a lot of my free lessons that'll help your game even more. Last thing, feel free to like and comment on the video. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know any questions you have and I'll see if I can answer them and help you out.